Hello. Welcome to Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk. I am your co-host, Undersea. Right over here is my co-host, the wonderful, the vibrant, the taco princess herself, the one who's always right. It's Melball.
I'm not always right, but we're gonna go with like strong 90%. I'm doing great, Andre. It is an early Monday morning. I'm in a surprisingly good mood for how early it is and how poorly I've been sleeping, but that's what we got ghost energy drinks for. We're getting ready for the gym. You can see I'm rocking my Ascension shirt today
And I'm
for
rocking
the
my
uh for the gym. Rocking some OG. Oh, look at that.
I got a brand new t-shirt on. It's a
Where'd
little
you get
tight.
that, sir?
It's I don't know. It's a little I just randomly found it on a counter or some at this place.
Yeah, in some random house that you were at some random weekend.
No, I got it from you. Thank you very much, Mel. Well, still a little tight on me, so I don't think I'll wear it in public quite yet until I lose a few more lbs. But
Hey,
it
you're losing pretty quickly, though. Those shirts are starting to hang off your shoulders. I think by the new year, you keep training with Rich King, you're gonna be good.
oh yeah, I play. Oh, I will be. I'll be training with Rich King. I got another few months. I got a few more months of at least training with him for sure, and then my own training going forward. So.
We've got a little bit of a showcase later in the show for you on that one, because you've been making the same progress as another girl on this list, and I think you both deserve to be shouted out there. So we'll
Oh,
talk about that when we get there.
Oh heck yeah! So we're gonna get into it. We're here to talk some Goddess of Stardom Tag League, November 10th, 11th, and the finals on November 12th. It was a really
Mhm.
interesting finish to this tournament because a lot of people getting injured, a lot of forfeits throughout this tournament. Just it was kind of a mess here this year. Like last year was so
Yeah.
smooth and worked like was just such so dynamic. This year was just like we missed a bunch of matches I really wish we could have seen.
Yeah, it was some glorious, glorious chaos, and not in the usual glorious way that we're kind of usually expecting. Um, a record amount of injuries. I was talking with Astrid about it yesterday. I think I'd figured out there was about 6 or 7 injuries just this year in Stardom alone. So many, so
Plus,
many. But like we've been spoiled for so long without injuries with these girls. I mean, and I'm very scared that Mirai and Mike are the next on the list there, and Lady C with the
mhm.
amount of tape that they have, especially Mirai going all across her chest and down to her elbow. But man, did she fight hard in this tournament.
Yeah, that girl, she did great, but she once her run with the Wonder title's over, I think she needs to step back for get take a month
Mhm.
and just let her body heal for a month. Maybe
Yes.
step away. Maybe don't enter the Triangle Derby this year and just relax for a little bit and just let yourself heal. Like
Hey, I mean, given one of the matches that we had, I believe on the, what day was that? The 11th, 12th?
on one of the days.
One of the matches that she had against her former partner there, Ami
Oh, that was on
Sourei,
the
we
12th.
suggest
Yeah,
there might be some trouble in paradise anyway.
yeah. So like, and really, you could just hopefully plug Saki in with Suri and Ami for the Triangle Derby. Let Mirai have a little bit of rest.
Yeah,
No.
she's kind of been the Kazuchika Okada of this company over the last couple
Mhm.
years. She's grinding, 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 grinding. And man, everything that she does, every time she steps into that ring, it's a 10-10 performance for her. She is balls to the wall or not at all. And I've never seen her not balls to the wall.
And again, we're gonna see her. She's stepping into the main event, like with the main event out for Gold Rush. She's now stepping into the main event picture to lead that card. So she has to step up even harder now against Anu with her match. So again, she's carrying the company as really the number one champion right now as the wonder or as the wonder champion. So
Mhm.
it's a lot on this girl's shoulders, and she's already banged up. So let's hope
Yeah.
for some good stuff. Let's hope she's doing the right things and rehabbing and healing herself on her days off. Let's really hope for that.
Same.
But before we get into the show, I want to thank each and every one of you. I appreciate all the love and support you've given us. Everybody out there, thank you so very much for everything. Please keep liking the video, subscribing to the channel, commenting down below because we love hearing from you guys. We want to talk to you. Comment down below. We want to talk to you about all the shows we are doing. And don't forget, hit the notification bell to be alerted every time we drop a new video.
Ding dong.
Oh,
There is one thing we don't want to talk about though, and that is Full Gear. Nay,
there's
nay.
there's one thing on Full Gear we don't want to talk about. I'll talk about the rest of it.
There was a few. Um,
Yeah. You didn't let me do my ding dong. Damn it. I had a
I
good
did the
one.
ding dong.
Yeah, but I didn't
Oh
get to
yeah, I
do my
didn't let you
original.
follow up. I apologize. Do you want me to ding dong again?
Do it. Do it.
Ding dong.
Hey, are my headphones here? I got new headphones. I lost my earbuds and I
Hey.
can't. So I have my crappy old ones that only one earbud works right now. So I'm
Oh,
waiting. And like working out yesterday was a giant pain in my ass with only one headphone
oh,
that worked. I put the other one in just so people wouldn't talk to me, but
relatable. I had that happen the other day. I have these little Bluetooth ones that go in
yeah,
my ears. Sometimes people can't see them. They'll still talk to me anyway. And it's not helpful when I have Alex Terrible screaming in my ear and someone's just sitting here like, "Hey, how's it going?" I
yeah.
don't care.
Well, the fact that you listen to somebody named Alex Terrible is already a bad life decision. I'm guessing. So
I mean, if you know, you know. But like, ladies, if someone growls like that in my ear, I am Bruce Almightying my clothes off. You just you have to listen to it. Melball recommends. Check out Alex Terrible. If you like screamy stuff, you'll like this. Let's
okay.
get into this goddess stuff though, because Melball does need to go work out.
And I need to eventually go to work today. We're going to talk about. We're starting on November 10th. I actually have written notes for this match because I watched this one at
Ooh.
work. Uh, love the look upgrade that Micah's been doing. I know we've been talking about it. Her look upgrade that now with the headgear and everything to really like accentuate her with her teammate has been awesome. Miyu
Oh
gets the
God,
best of.
yeah.
Yeah. Miyu gets the best of Micah early. Azumi in for the double team. Bane in slamming Miyu, and then Azumi. Then slams Micah on them. Then Micah slams Bane on them, and Bane gets two. Micah with the shoulder block to Miyu, and the cocky kneeling pin. Just like why? Don't do this shit. You never win off those. Like never happens. Um, Miyu fights back. It's a pendulum DDT. Azumi tries to knock Bane off the apron, but she just stares at her like with this like death stare, and she's like, "You're not knocking me off the
Instant
apron."
regret. Instant regret
Oh
on
my god.
Azumi's face. She
Oh
hit
yeah.
her and just, oh.
It was great. Drop kick into the pin for two into the hammerlock armbar by Azumi, but Micah gets to the rope. She fights back with a delayed suplex. Bane stops the head scissors. Azumi gets out, tries everything, eventually gets an octopus, but she Bane just like turns around and slams her into the corner. Um,
Just eat.
Bane gets Azumi up, military press for two. Azumi gets the knees up on the splash though. I had to hurt Azumi just as much from getting the knees crushed like that. Um, uh, Miyu attacks with a bunch of drop kicks, strikes, but Bane just like almost like is it's not hurting her much. She's being slightly affected, but Bane hits a pop up into like what was like a tour of the islands, but the pin gets broken up. Bane hits a corner splash, misses another one, gets double teamed, and Miyu gets the assisted pendulum DDT for two. Bane hits a Samoan follow-away slam combo to O2 line. Miyu gets a roll up. Miyu then gets a roll up for two. The Doomsday device is hit by Divine Kingdom with Bane coming off the top rope, and Bane hits Miyu with the F5 to hell for the win.
I love this match.
Oh,
And what was
so
great
good.
about watching it is I was watching it while warming up at the gym. Go figure. So, like, I am just over animated as hell, reacting to everything happening. This match was so fun though. And I was just laughing and cackling at random points because there was just so many funny spots. When Azumi went to try to knock Megan Bane off the apron and just like no sold her, I was just like, oh my God, she's gonna die. Don't hurt little Azumi. Um, I thought it was hilarious though. It really did add to the match because like we had to know going into this. We've got essentially a super junior team in O2 line going against a super heavyweight team of Divine Kingdom. For me, it was. I love O2 line. I love the girls in O2 line, but man, there was no question about how this was gonna end. Um, I love the body slam spot that Divine Kingdom has worked into their tag team repertoire, where Bane, or sorry, in this case, it was Micah. Micah slamming, I can't remember which order it was, Miyu and Azumi both down. Bane coming in, slamming Micah on top of them. Then Bane, okay, come on, get back up. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Poor Micah's just like, God damn it.
You just
Get
slammed
back
me.
up. Yeah, like you just attacked me. You're my partner. She's like, come on, let's go. She gets her back up. Micah's like old woman hobbling around there, picks up Megan Bane, slams Bane on her. Bane rolls through, pops back up on her feet, like, yeah. I was like, girl, you are so much power. I don't want to say she's too much power, but she's borderline. It's really there. Um, Micah, just so impressive in everything she does. She's so good. She's so powerful. But my favorite thing about her in this match, her shoulder blocks were just so picture
Mm,
perfect. And I know it's like a very simple thing, but you know me and those simple but effective moves. Those power moves for Micah speak volumes for her. And the way she can pull them off so perfectly
yeah.
is just the icing on the top of the cake there. These girls were just raw power. They dominated O2 line at the end of this, and they picked up this win very, very easily. I was so happy with this, obviously, because Divine Kingdom was my pick for this tournament.
Yeah, technicalities. I don't. My team did. My team's eliminated, but that's only because of a
Technicalities, my booty
technicality.
hole.
So
Technicalities, my booty hole.
I didn't pick wrong because my team got injured, so I didn't pick wrong.
Oh, we
Also,
will get into this at the finals.
my just remember, I didn't pick wrong because my team weren't able to compete, so I didn't pick wrong.
You didn't pick right either.
I
Just
didn't pick
saying.
wrong. I didn't pick wrong though. XL versus we have XL Detsuka Tora and Momo Watanabe versus Prominence Risa Sera and Harumi Karagi. XL attack Prominence before the bell, but they fight back, choke them with the bat and the pipe. Prominence hits them with the weapons on the floor. Haragi runs Momo into the post. Sarah hits the double knee drop on the floor. Very backwards for Uedo Tai here. With Prominence being the one beating them up. Momo gets drop kicks. Uh, in the floor. I wrote in the floor to on the floor to Sarah. Back in the ring and unloads a stiff kick to the chest. Hiragi trips up Momo and Prominence try the double team, but she fights him off. They battle back, but they double suplex her. Hiragi stops Momo, stomps on Momo, and Sarah hits the double knees for two. Momo and Hiragi each trying to try the dude buster, but Momo ends up getting chest kicks and a victory roll for two. Tora and Haragi smashing into each other. Just that was a great spot with the two of them just running into each other. Looked really good. Tora rakes the face, but Haragi drops her with a shot. Tora tries to lift Haragi but can't, and Haragi gets the scoop slam for two. Sarah hits Haragi by accident with the pipe, and XL double team Haragi, and Tora hits a lariat for two. Haragi avoids the cannonball, tosses Momo onto Tora in the corner. Sarah hits the running meteor into the corner, and Haragi follows up with her own cannonball into the corner for two. Hard lariat by Haragi, but the pin gets broken up. Haragi goes to the top, but Tora gets up and misses her, then backdrops Haragi off the top. It was kind of awkward. They were trying to get the positioning, and then she ends up backdropping her off the top. Momo hits a buzzsaw kick to the head. Tora hits the Death Valley driver, but the pin gets broken up. Tora goes to the top, hits the Swanton, and XL stays alive in this. XL and Prominence both still alive in this tournament.
Mhm. This match I was actually really looking forward to. And it didn't disappoint me.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't what I would say like the main event quality, but damn, was this good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I know that Tora and Momo, Oedo Tai XL there, did do the jump start eventually, but I was actually very surprised at the level of respect that they showed until then.
Mm-hmm.
Because usually Oedo Tai doesn't let the announcements or the introductions get out. And everyone was able to get their intros in and their poses in, and was able to get their cloaks and stuff off before Oedo Tai jump started. And that was something I kind of appreciated. Something I also noticed after this was blue, definitely a trendy color over in Japan right now. I mean, Risa
Mhm.
Sera is always decked out in blue. And like, I don't know if I just never noticed before, but is this new gear for her? The
I'm not
knee
sure.
pads and kick pads looked brand new to me. Like, I don't recognize the designs on them. I don't know if like the rest of it was, but I did like the lacy bits on her. It kind of adds
Hmm.
a little bit of like, I want to say softness and not femininity, but like a little like just it makes her not so much of a death match scary person and makes her more of a stardom wrestler. Does that make
Mhm.
sense?
Yes, I get what you mean.
Yeah, so, like, I really appreciate how she her hair too, the blue that overlaps the black is just so cute. But Momo and Tora also rocking blue in their hair, and eventually Hiraki also, so I don't know if that's a respect thing or what, but I like it. Um, Hiragi's still so good. She looks so good in this tournament and is performing so good. Um I'm disappointed Risa didn't bring her kendo stick to this fight. I was kind of expecting like a Star Wars duel before the end of this with everyone with their little sticky sticks. Um, but I was happy with how the weaponry did get involved because it was pretty minimalistic considering both of these teams are known for weapon fighting.
Mhm.
Um, the trip spot at the beginning where I believe it was Tora tripped Sarah and then Hiragi tripped Momo was a fun little goofy spot that I wasn't expecting. I was expecting this match to be pretty serious from start to finish, but that little trip spot where they were like, "Ha, I got you back," it was really adorable to kind of do at the beginning of the match there. That cannonball by Hiragi, holy shit. I believe it was a double cannonball on both Tora and Momo. She she was all in with that thing. She wiped Momo's face because I believe it was Momo who was in the front. She wiped Momo's face with her butt,
Mhm.
like just all the way up and down. It was so great the way she just launched herself into them. Um, the green mist by Tora was interesting and she got it right on point. Sometimes she can miss and she'll just get like up and above the forehead like she did with my Sakurai. Hiragi took this directly to the face and she played it so good where she was swinging kind of blindly, almost taking out the ref. Afterwards, it was really, really great play from her. Um, yeah, the bump that Karumi took off the top rope after the mist, that back body drop that you I think you were mentioning.
Mhm.
Yeah, that looked super rough. Super, super rough. She definitely landed really sideways on her hip on that one. I definitely felt I needed chiropractics after that watching that. I really was impressed though, because XL was a team I was really kind of rooting for before they kind of formed. I kind of felt that they would be a really good kind of combo in a Oedo Tai, and I'm really impressed with how they actually came together at the end of this match and really just essentially like Li Jade prominence. It was just that voiceless communication of those two, Momo and Tora, just being completely in sync with each other and knowing where the next one was going to be that allowed them to pick up this win over prominence. And they needed it because prominence is a very dominant team. I expected them to just wreck house until they got to this team.
Mhm.
And that's essentially kind of what prominence kind of did. They were on a very good path up into this point. I really like this match. This was a match I couldn't put down once I started watching it. I had to watch it start to finish, and then I had to watch it a second time. It was just that good.
Yeah. So Momo gets the mic. She says, "Hey, shitty Sendai." Tetsuka Tora won. And she said, "You got something to say, Tora?" And she said, "Yes, I do. I'm sure some of you noticed that the current Goddess champions are out of action. So what are we doing this for, anyways? This is not just a bonding experience. We're doing this so we can win this tag league and take the Goddess belts, right?" To be honest, if things continue as they are, the current champions may have to vacate the belts. If that happens, the only ones who will win the belts next will be us, extra large. In other words, we are aiming for the championship in this league as well. The final match will be against Shirakawa and Tsukiyama. You two better sleep tight.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll get to that one. That one was that was a difficult one.
Yeah. So we move on. Main event of November 10th. We get
Mhm.
Saki Kashima in a Siri Anacon versus Julia and Tekla Mafia Bella. Saki sleds out of the ring before the match starts, so she doesn't have to start. Julia and Siri start. They're pretty evenly going back and forth. Really, kind of they know each other quite well, right? Saki and Theka come in. They wrestle. Theka lands on the ropes and gets the kick out of the ropes. But Saki hits arm drags. Mafia Bella double team Saki hit this, and Theka hits a scoop slam for 2. Suri fights off Mafia Bella, hits a backstabber to Thekla, hits a DDT suplex to Julia for 2. Julia and Suri trade strikes at center. Julia unloads a couple really hard shots, and Suri hits chest kicks, but Suri catches one, hits a beautiful exploder and a rocket kick. Everything is Suri to Thekla and gets a kick to the back. It gets that hard PK where Thekla just goes, "Oh!" It was just like you just see yourself. It looked brutal. Um,
And the noise is like a thud.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
you just hear the noise coming off that. It's just brutal. Um, Anacon hit the Facebuster Codebreaker combo, or the Facebuster, the Bulldog Codebreaker combo, and Saki hits the Northern Light suplex for 2. Saki hits a kick, misses the stomp. Thekla hits a chop block to the knee. Hammerlock Bulldog facebuster by Mafia Bella, and the sandwich forearms, and Thekla gets 2. So Thekla gets like a seated version of the Koji clutch on on uh, on Saki, but Suri kicks her in the back so hard, and this time the yelp that she let out on this one was holy crap. Uh, and then, but
Yeah,
like,
and Suri's not nice with those. She does not put I mean, you can't with someone like Thekla and Julia. I mean, these girls are in it to win it, and we know how hard Thekla can kick back, but goddamn, no one kicks harder than Suri in this business.
yeah. So Theka ends up getting Saki up top, hits the spider suplex. Julia hits the missile dropkick, sending Saki to the floor. And then Theka hits the high cross off top to Anacon on the floor. Theka gets a buzzsaw kick in the ring for 2 to Saki. Saki pulls a Kisha Kase, but the pin gets broken up. Julia hits a Falcon Arrow, and Thekla hits a splash off the top 4. The win.
Yes. This was a fun little match. I didn't take a whole lot of notes on this one. I'm happy you got a lot of the moves because I just enjoyed the ride on this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I kind of giggled a little bit at the beginning when Saki was just so distracted and dissociative, where she pretty much almost missed her intro. Like the announcer was like, Kashima Saki, and she's still standing on the rush. Oh yeah, hey, my name. That's me. Like, yo, I get that it's a big match. Pay attention though.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, the transitional wrestling and just the technical wrestling between Julia and Suri at the beginning there was just so perfect. Nice way to kind of ease everybody into the rest of this match. I felt that the four of these women together provided a really, really great roller coaster track. Like there's some roller coasters that are just too much, like the Incredible Hulk, where it shoots you out at the top at 60 miles an hour into a barrel roll. That's too much. These girls did the gradual climb into it and gave us that nice emotional roller coaster throughout this one, which was very, very fun. Um, there was a Rana that Saki did on Thekla. That was just it looked a little slappy. She didn't quite get the feet up there and everything. She was moving really fast though, and I think she just got her bell rung quite a bit by Julia with some forearms. So completely understandable. And also you're wrestling, right? You can't do things 100% of the time, and that's totally fair. But with in regards to that, I did want to just mention that Saki is an incredible competitor and incredible entertainer, but she's not quite my favorite in-ring competitor. In regards to people I would like to see in championship matches, but in tag capacities like this, I feel that her partners help make up for that and create a really, really great balance. And therefore, her teaming with Saki now, I think, is what's best for her and for her career. Because with those girls, Mirai, Ami, they're gonna really and even Konami. I mean, being that Konami can get over her little what is that? Her little what's the word? Her little fit. She
Yeah.
she doesn't quite like Saki, understandable. She came from a Oedo Tai. Konami
Mhm.
came from Oedo Tai. They understand. I'm hoping that they can kinda band together a little bit more and make God's Eye a little bit more of a staple name
Mm.
within Stardom in the same manner that Stars or Donna Del Mondo, is, or Oedo Tai.
Mm.
The last thing I wanted to say is the point with Thekla and Suri in the ring, the back and forth with them was just so good. They were both
Mhm.
so fast. They both hit so hard, but like just the things that they are doing just look so good. I would love to see a one-on-one with these ladies in a tournament coming up soon because I think we deserve it.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but right now, Thekla just is embodying everything that I want to be. She is in such good shape. She's got such swagger, such confidence, and she's so freaking pretty. I want to be this girl. I want her shoulders.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's all I got to say on this one.
So post match, Julie goes, "Hey Saki, are you okay? Are you okay?" Julie, was it Siri says she's okay. She was not. Uh, Saki did get hurt in this match, and they did have to forfeit their match on the final night. She says, "Hang in there." Uh, Julia says, "Hang in there." Julia says, "You see, hey, that's how strong Mafia Bella is. Stardom is going through a lot right now. There are many things going on, but my thought is that Stardom should be the most exciting. That's all. As long as Stardom is the best, that's all that matters. Send us home, Thekla." And then I rolled away from that spot. There. Thekla says, "Stenda, you're looking at the next Goddess Champions. We are the coolest tag team because we are Mafia Bella."
I love their little,
That, like the
yeah,
cocking and
but like
shooting.
even like they're just little.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cute. I love how they do that. It sometimes can be annoying. I do complain about it a lot, how they change their names, change their factions within factions, micro factions within factions. It does aggravate me because, like, ADHD and dyslexia, I have a hard time remembering basic things. Um, but I appreciate the diversity and how it creates something new because now we're like sitting here like, "Ooh, what are they gonna be next time? Is it still Mafia Bella? Are they gonna add somebody else?" For the Triangle Derby, are they gonna bring in my Sakurai again? It would
Barry
make
Barry
sense.
Bombers.
Yeah, or are they going is Sakurai gonna be available? Would they put Micah in there? If they do, are they gonna change the name to then? Are they gonna have Micah dress up as something? I've seen Micah dress up as a teddy bear, for goodness sakes. So, it'll be interesting to see what we get.
Yeah. So yeah, and we move on to the so quick point update. You can see the brackets there. We're pretty much we're just gonna pretty much talk about the point updates pretty much at the end of the third night to kind of tell you who's going to the finals.
Mm.
Move on to November 11th. There's just two. There. The other thing from November 10th is FWC forfeited to Reiwa Tokyo Towers. Yeah. So then on the November 11th show, Cosmic Angels forfeit to Reiwa Tokyo Towers. So we lost
I
two Tokyo
mean, at
Towers
least they're
matches.
getting some wins.
Yeah, true. We started out. It's uh, Maximum Zamini, Hanako, and Saida taking on Prominence, Tadaki Karumi, and Arisa Sarah. No, so the edit on Stardom World, there was no entrances for this show. It,
No,
they were
which I
edited
like.
out. I like watching some of the entrances. Some of them. Sarah choking Hanako in the corner with her shin a couple different times. Haragi comes in choking Hanako in the corner with her foot. Then hits a scoop slam and a double stomp to the midsection. Sarah gets a Boston Crab to Hanako. Haragi stops Ida coming in. Sarah turns it into the Dingle Dangle.
I got that in caps.
Oh, the Dingle Dangle.
Dingle dangle!
A hanging Billy Goat's curse for anybody who's not Melball. Uh,
For anybody
Han-
who doesn't want to remember animals in regards to that, it's dingle dangle.
yeah, Hanako fights back with a big shoulder block, tags Ida, who gets the chops on Sarah. Till Hiragi comes in, she fights them both off, and gets them the double jumping chops to both members of Prominence. Uh, Sarah catches Ida, hits a spin around air raid crash for two, then the Vader style double knee drop out of the corner for two. Hiragi splashes Ida in the corner, hits a jumping double stomp for two. Ida slips off the shoulders though, hits the running drop kick. Ida gets a second rope shoulder block to Hiragi and to tag out. Hanako and Hiragi slamming into each other, which was really good watching those two just again like with Tora, just bang, bang, bang was great. Um, Prominent splashes get splashes in the corners to, but Maximum Zamini dodges the cannonball and the meteor in the corner. They double team Haragi, but Hanako can't lift her up. Hanako and Haragi trade strikes at center. Hanako hits a big boot, hits a suplex that was more of like a DDT than anything. You see, you're trying to suplex her, but you couldn't quite get her up, and Haragi kind of came crashing down on her head, but not in like a gross way. It's just kind of came crashing down. Like it didn't look like she like landed on her head or anything, but it came like it ended up a
No,
suplex.
no, like, it was obvious that she was going for the suplex, but could only pull off the DDT, and it still looked good.
Yeah, it's suplex into a DDT essentially. Ida comes off the top. It uh, shot on like pulled off the top onto Haragi. Then Ida pulls Hanako off the top onto Haragi, where the pin gets broken up. Prominence double team Hanako and Haragi hits the cannonball on the ropes, then the running lariat, but the pin gets broken up. Haragi gets her hits a dude buster, but can only get two. Then she goes to the top, hits the splash off the top, and Prominence gets the win.
So you wonder what's funny? For the rest of the show, like the matches, this is the match I have the most notes on. Very interesting.
Hmm.
Considering the rest of the matches were actually really, really good. I just had a lot on this one. I expected this to be a bit of a workover for Maximum Zamini. Um, just because Hanako is kind of that transitional person right now, trying to figure out where she wants to go, kind of that young lioness kind of thing. But I felt that Prominence was putting her through the ringer, but oddly enough, this is gonna sound strange, they were putting her through the ringer in the most respectful way possible because they weren't doing it in that aggressive way that a Oedo Tai would be doing when they're yanking people up by their hair, tossing them around, just, kind of showboating and stuff. Prominence was putting the work in. It was like school for Hanako, especially at the beginning there when
Hmm.
Sarah and Hiragi were kind of teaming out and they're like taking in and out and just really working over Hanako. It was really, really good though. It was a very as weird as it sounds, it was a very wrestling match, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah, Dingle Dangle, best part for me. I was so excited, and she got quite the rock swing going on that one. Really, really happy with that because she's so good. She's not like I think I saw Suri do a Dingle Dangle once where she was dragging Julia's face across the mat as she was trying to do this. I've never seen Risa Sarah do that. I don't know if it's just because she's so tall or maybe she, like, hoists them up a little bit, but I've never seen Risa Sarah have somebody's face dragging across the mat while she was doing the dingle dangle, and that's a proper dingle dangle. Um, Hiragi, same person anyway. Hiragi interrupting the machine gun chops from Ida was just rude. We like seeing the machine gun chops, don't interrupt those. Um the Risa Sarah and Saya Ida strike off was so good. Just because Ida does give up a lot of height to pretty much everybody she steps in the ring with, but she doesn't give up any of her fight when she gets in the ring. So going against someone who's like a deathmatch specialist like Risa Sarah, you know Risa Sarah's going to hit hard, but Ida was feeding it back to her like nobody's business, and I absolutely loved it. Um, Hanako trying to lift Hiragi was adorable. Nice try. Uh, not quite there yet. Um, oh, I also forgot to mention the diving shoulder block from Ida off the top rope there was perfect. She's always so good at those. And she always works it up and builds it up into such a perfect climactic moment of her matches. I really, really appreciate that about her. In the end, there, Hanako really holding her own against Hiraki before that DDT. And yeah, I did mention that and that DDT suplex thing, a little sus, but she did her absolute best in that situation. I think it still looked really, really good. But then also the just getting into that moment where they were having that strike off and then Hanako finally getting the big boot on Hiragi and being able to defeat her into that DDT. Probably such a pop moment for that crowd. I don't know if you heard how they erupted when she actually hit that move, but it was like such a heartwarming moment because for me, if I'm recalling correctly, that's the first time she's gotten a pop like that and such a loud one. And it was such a nice little moment. Let's see here. The slingshot, I called it a slingshot arm drag that Hanako did on Ida off the top rope that you were mentioning, where she like got tossed off the top rope into Hiragi. I
Mm.
thought that was a really great tag team move for them. Based on their size, I mean, again, Hanako's so tall, Ida's so little. She's literally like a little wrecking ball. It's like Hanako is the actual slingshot, and Ida is the little ball that goes in the pocket that gets launched. And it oddly enough works very, very, very. I noticed in this match, Hiragi was getting her butt beat a little bit by Hanako, though. Sarah had to come in and relieve her a few times. But throughout this tournament, we have been seeing Risa Sarah spending a lot more time in the ring than Hiragi. And Hiragi has also had to come in and bail Sarah out a few times too. So I really like the camaraderie and teamwork of Prominence. They really have come together despite the absence of Suzu Suzuki to really kind of regain their footing in the tag division.
Hmm. Yeah, again, really incredible match. I love seeing
Mhm,
Hanako and Ida's evolutions here.
mhm, mhm.
So, main event of the November 11th show. I don't did I talk? Yeah, I did talk about Ray Tokyo Towers. I just wanted to make sure I did
Yes.
say they got their forfeit on this show. Um, Micah and Mirai wrestle. Mirai gets the arm into gets or Micah gets a hammer lock, but Mirai goes through the ropes and gets Micah's arm tied up the rope and kicks it. Micah gets the head scissors. Uh, while sitting up on the top of the corner, choking Micah. My hitting drop kicks, running boots for two on Micah. Gets a dragon sleeper, but Micah reverses. But she can't get the suplex, but gets the scoop slam to Mai. Then Mirai, and then she gets the scoop slam to Mirai. Bane comes in, slamming Micah onto Mai. Then Micah slams Bane onto Mai. Delayed suplex by Micah to Mai for two. Bane crushing Mai and hits a shoulder block and a cocky pin for two, just stepping on her. It's like, come on, girl. You know that doesn't work. Mirai hits a top rope drop kick and a forearm. Bane drops her with a shot. Mirai hits more forearms, but Bane drops her with another shot again. Mirai unloads way more chops, but ends up surviving the shot of Bane. But Bane then comes back and smashes her with a lariat. Bane stuffs the flatliner, but Mai hangs her up on the ropes. Mirai gets a submission, but Bane gets out and hits a pop up Samoan drop for two. Sandwich shot by Mirai Saku and the flatliner by Mirai and the drop kick for two. Then transition to the submission and then into another submission. Mirai trying shots to Bane, but again, to no avail. And even the lariat doesn't work. Bane hits a jumping lariat to a running Mirai. Bane gets Mirai up, but Mai tosses the money in her face, gets Bane down for the Paradise Lock, also gets Mike in the Paradise Lock. They get unlocked, but Mirai Saku uh, get get the Sam, but Mirai Saku gets popped up into a sandwich and power bomb by Divine Kingdom. Mirai slips off the shoulders of I think it was Micah and moves around. Oh no, of Bane moves around into a crucifix, transitions it into the code red. Bane does hit a huge jumping lariat. Micah pops hits the pop up into the Bane power slam, and Bane hits the F5 to hell for the win.
Yes. This
Queen.
was a heavy match because we
Mm-hmm.
got Mirai, who's that powerhouse in her own right. Then you got Mai Sakurai, who's not so much a power wrestler, but she's a very smart wrestler. She knows how to get around the powerhouses, but she's also pretty resilient, very similar to Cash Misaki in that she can survive a very, very long time. And being that she has a good partner, she can survive long enough to get out of certain situations. Um, Micah doing the suplex. Oh yes, the um, the suplex body slam. Sorry, the body slam spot that Micah and Bane do, where they slam Micah, or sorry, Mirai. So many M's in this damn match. Micah slams Mirai. Micah slams my. Megan slams Micah. Micah slams Megan. Have to put that all out there. Another good body slam signature from Divine Kingdom. I really do like it. I know it's a little silly and simplistic, but again, I like those simple but effective moves. And when you have someone, like being slammed on you, you got Micah. Or sorry, Mirai, you got slammed on Mai, or the other way around. Then you have Micah coming down on you. Then you have Bane coming down on you. It's like you didn't need that CPR, but you're getting it anyway. And your chest is probably now caved in. Um, it's just so good how they they do that. Because again, Megan just rolls through and pops up. And there's poor Micah just, God damn it. Like just hobbling behind her. But man, did these four women show up for this freaking match. These girls were hitting hard and pulling nothing. And seeing Divine Kingdom get put in the I know it's very sad to see Divine Kingdom in
Oh no,
the
it's just my weirdly
Paradise
watery
Lock.
eye. It's just my weirdly watery eye.
um Not my favorite part, obviously, because seeing, Melball girl crushes in precarious situations is not what Melball wants to see. Um I was actually very surprised that at one point of the match that Mai and Mirai were able to overpower Megan Bayne and actually get her down on her knees. That's not something we have up until this point seen,
Mm-hmm.
other than her match with Tam Nakano. And Bayne has been very, very hard to put down and pin in her tour in Stardom. And I mean, obviously, the girl is an Amazonian among the Shire, you know? Like, she is a giant and she's just raw power. But to see how she's developed in this tour, from the time that we saw her, we knew she was going to be a dominant powerhouse, but to see how she has developed and how her in-ring has changed and just polished and everything. She was power before, but now she's like crisp power. It's been incredible to watch her build, and I really do hope that we get her more like in Stardom. I know she's kind of signed with AEW, but I do hope that we get her a little bit more, maybe a talent exchange or something. She can bring Micah to AEW. Micah can bring her back to Stardom. Yeah, yeah, I think that would be great. A great opportunity for both companies because Micah's very, very marketable, and she would do very well in the North American market here, 100%,
Oh,
especially with
100.
Megan Bayne in her corner.
Oh yeah. So Mike gets the mic. She says, "With this, we will have a bye tomorrow, which means the tag league is effectively over. We have 5 wins, 1 loss if you include tomorrow's score. We've made the finals because nobody can actually catch them. Even with wins tomorrow, nobody in the blue division can catch them. So yeah, they're officially the winners
Oh,
of the blue goddess block. Um,
mhm.
well, I don't know who's going to come up on the other side, but I'm sure we the strong ones will win. And Bane gets the mic and she says, "My Mirai give good fight." She's saying this in English. Divine Kingdom is too powerful. Divine Kingdom is Sagoi. I don't know. I didn't understand what she said there. Um, Tomorrow is the finals, and tomorrow Divine Kingdom will be champions. In Japanese, she says, "You're already dead."
And all I could think about was just Five Guys. She said that, and I was just like, "Uh-oh, she's
Yeah,
joining Just Five Guys. She's gonna be Just Five Guys and girl." Um, yeah.
yeah. So we move on. November 12th, the Goddess of Stardom Tag League Finals, or semifinals and finals. You have the last few matches. Well, 3 of the last 6 matches, and the finals on this show. Um,
Mm,
Before we get into this, Cosmic Angels forfeit to O2 line. FWC forfeits to Divine Kingdom, giving them the Blue Stars win. And
mhm.
Anacon forfeits to Crazy Star as Saki was injured on the November 10th show. So we lost out on seeing Crazy Star versus Anacon. I was a little perturbed by that. So we start out here. My Sakurai Mirai versus Ami Saray and Lady C. Divine Kingdom have already won the block, so this match is more just for bragging rights and pride, especially between Mirai and Ami. Mirai and Ami lock up when they break up. When they actually break the hold, one of the extensions falls out of Ami's hair. It was actually kind of funny.
She
Mirai,
has that happen quite often because of how much she changes her hair length, though. Because
mm,
it is her hair naturally is short, but those extensions, I mean, you get a hold of them.
mm,
Ouchies.
yeah, Mai gets the boot, comes in, she hits a boot in the corner, followed by a bulldog. Uh, and then a second rope drop kick to Ami. C comes in with the Russian leg sweep for 2. Boot in the ropes, a big shoulder block by C to Mai. Mai fights back, gets C in the Paradise Lock. Mirai comes in, kicks her in the ass to break the Paradise Lock. Mirai and Ami gets in the match. Mirai and Ami trade hard strikes to the center. Ami unloads with the speed chops to Mirai, but she comes back with a drop kick and then gets Mai on her shoulders for and they do kind of very much the electric chair senton of Catch 2, but it's the electric chair leg drop instead from Maisaku or Mirai Saku. Um, the towers double team and Ami hit double team and then they hit Ami, and Ami hits an angle slam for 2. Ami gets the torture act, places Mariah in the corner, splashes the back, and hits a sliding lariat for 2. Ami and Mariah trade strikes again. They try to suplex each other. Ami ends up hitting the suplex, hits a sliding lariat for 2. Ami hits a Blue Thunder Bomb. The Towers hit the double suplex and the sandwich big boots. Lady C gets 2. Lady C gets the sheep killer and a final cut for 2 to Mai. Mai ends up throwing money in the face she does it to Mariah, but Mai comes in, throws money in the face, stop the choke slam, hits the inverted DDT and the cutter to both members of the Towers. Flatliner by Mirai for 2 on Lady C. Mirai Saku double team, and Mirai gets a submission, but Lady C gets to the ropes. Lady C unloads her strikes, but Mirai drops her, and the double team sliding Flatliner into the butterfly lock. They was then turned into a pin for 2. Mirai hits the ripcord lariat, or otherwise known as the Rainmaker, to Ami, but Lady C hits a big boot in the lariat for 2. Mirai stops the choke slam, but Lady C gets another one for 2. Mirai hits an angle slam for 2. Hard running jumping lariat by Mirai, and she pins Lady C for the win.
Mhm. Um, this was an interesting match. Obvious story in this one because again, as you mentioned, this was a match about bragging rights and pride, I think. And as you mentioned, it was between Mirai and Ami. Ami refusing the handshake from Mirai at the beginning of the match. You know, Mirai was up there extending her hand. Ami going, "No, get away." Not what I expected. I did expect at least a reluctant handshake, but to outright refuse her was very interesting. And we had been speculating in videos past, since the joining of Saki Kashima in God's Eye, Mirai especially has been, and Suri have been, I'm going to say, protecting her, maybe guiding her a little bit more. I would like to say they're going to eventually mentor her, but Saki has definitely been under the protective cover of some of the God's Eye members. And I've been saying, Ami Sourei does kind of feel like the odd one out right now, just because she doesn't seem to be almost as involved intimately with her faction anymore. So, you know, it might be a bit of a trouble in God's Eye paradise there. I did like at the end of the match though that they did eventually kind of figure their ish out and you know shake it out. But I do feel also that Ami made it very clear to Mirai that given how Queendom goes, um, she wants a shot at that white title. And I personally would love to see it. I think that a
So,
faction battle like this would be great, and we know that these 2 have incredible matches. We've seen it in, some of the past tournaments when they have been in the same block and had to go against each other. So, I think this will be an interesting, little story to tell with these 2 going into 2024.
yeah, it'd be a pretty good story. So
Mhm,
post
mhm.
match, my guess of Mike says, "Good day to all you commoners who come to Aori Nagaoka. Mirai, this is the final match of the tag league and the end of our tag team. The white belt champion, Mirai. I can't lose ground to you anymore. Let's get stronger, and when we come together again, put our whole soul into it until we meet again." They do fist bump, and then Mai says, "Now please excuse me," and then Mirai does the Vogue the My Vogue pose. It's kind of cute.
It was adorable, and she did it right. I'm not gonna lie, Julia's never done it right. Here I did it right. Which one values my Sakurai more?
It's true. It's true. Yeah, and we're gonna move on to another match in this. If XL win, they're in to they get into the finals. Uh if Moonlight and Venus win, they just get 4 points. They're at 4 points. Um, Excel attacked for the bell as usual. Tora and Momo take turns beating up Waka. Waka dodges. Mina takes them both out. Waka hits the hips to the head and the ropes to both, and then hits a knee off the second rope to Tora for 2. Tora gets Samoan and hits 2 sentons for 2. Waka hits Oblivion out of the ropes, but Tora drops her, hits her as the sliding lariat. Tora misses the corner. Mina hits a head kick, hits the down kick out of the corner, in sending her into a Waka drop kick. XL double team. Mina Tora hits a cannonball. Momo hits the PK for 2. Mina and Momo trade kicks to the chest. Momo drops Mina. Mina gets up, hits a rolling elbow for 2. Roundhouse kick by Mina. Straight jacket slam by Waka. Mina hits the magic screw off the ropes and the impaler DDT, uh, but the pin gets broken up. Dragon Sleeper by Mina, but XL double teams her and hits the Death Valley Driver into the Meteora for 2. Uh, by Momo. Dude Buster by Momo for 2, but Mina reverses the front Dude Buster or Tombstone into a pin for 2. Inverted Dude Buster by Momo, but the pin gets broken up. Momo gets the chicken wing on Mina, the CrossFit chicken wing, but Mina gets out, hits a spinning back fist. Tora ends up missing Momo by accident. Mina gets Momo down, hits the seatbelt, pin, and Moonlight Venus get the win. Yay!
Yeah. And they played that last part with the mist so perfectly. Like,
Mhm.
Momo is one of those people who I feel is very underutilized. And I feel a little underappreciated in Stardom for the work that she does. Because once she got misted, she was playing that perfectly, just swinging wildly around, swinging at people. She at one point got her hands on the ref and was shaking the ref. Like, she was really playing up that, oh my God, I'm blind. What do I do? Chaos and struggle, and it really added to the overall feel of the match. And that's that actability that I love seeing in wrestlers, that they can actually like have that ability to translate that story and have that ability to act that story. Um, as I mentioned, I feel that Momo is very, very underutilized and underappreciated because of her work in that. Trying to figure out why. 'Cause goddamn, does she wrestle so solidly? And then Tora. I've been a little quiet on how I feel about Tora right now, but man, she is just so good right now. And everything about every time you see her, better and better and better and better. Not just in her in-ring ability, but look at her aesthetics. We went from seeing her barely wearing anything but these little red streaks down her face to now she's got such a full glam face on. She's looking better than Mina. And Mina puts a shit ton of effort into her appearance. As a gothic angle, yes. Yes, she is.
Yeah,
And Mina has that natural beauty. She doesn't have to put a lot on. She puts some glitter on, she puts some falsies on, a little bit of highlighter, a little bit of lipstick. She's good. Tora. Tora's got the full winged eyeliner. She's got great and 3 or 4 different colors. Plus that, and then on top of this, as I was saying at the beginning of the show, Tora has been reinventing herself this year. And over the last 3 months specifically, 3 months ago, I think, was when she got this gear specifically. And it was tight on her. It fit her in every way possible that it needed to. 3 months later, though, she raised her hand at one point, and I was afraid that her boobs were gonna come out the bottom of her top because she has lost so much weight that her gear is fitting so loosely on her. And this is something that I've noticed again with you. The more you're working over the last few months, your clothes are fitting so much more loosely.
oh,
You and Tora are on the same pathway, my friend. You need to hold hands and skippity doo dah with your little pipes.
I thought you were gonna say my boobs almost fell out.
I would hope your boobs are not gonna fall.
Ah,
I'd also you don't have the parts required,
I got man boobs. I got man boobs.
but you and Momo, you guys are on the same path, and it's so great to watch you guys
Mm.
walk that path because I get to see you in person do it, and I get to watch her on TV do it. And I hope the right people here, not Hunter, are paying attention to what's going on because you need a heel like Natsuko invading North America, and you need her bringing someone like Momo Watanabe along with her.
100%.
Mm.
We move on to the final match in the tournament part of this tournament, and the round robin of this tournament. It is Mafia Bella versus Prominence. So Mafia Bella cannot get in with a win. They're outpointed by Crazy Star no matter what. Prominence, if they win, they will tie with Crazy Star at 9, and those two teams had a draw on the first night, or when they on their in their first match. So what the tiebreaker is, I have no idea. If Prominence draw or lose in this match, Crazy Star gets in. So it all comes down to this one match. Prominence jumps Mafia Bella before the bell, brought to the floor. Hiragi slams Theckel on the floor. Sarah choking Julia on the floor. Hiragi tosses Theckel into the chairs. Sarah gets the Boston Crab of the ring, steps over the arm, stands on the arm, and then to prevent her getting to the ropes. And then she gets what?
I had to unmute myself for that. She got a huge, massive swinging dingle dangle. Like she
Mm-hmm.
got so much swing on that. Holy heck. And she, again, Julia's face not hitting that mat. Her hair was. She was sweeping the ring with that hair,
Mm-hmm.
but her face totally protected.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
I wanted to give it to you. Hiragi with a double stomps in the midsection. Julia gets a roll up for two, trying to fight back, but Sarah takes over, back over, and she's beating down on Julia. Mafia Bella come in, or that comes in. Mafia Bella end up double teaming Risa Sarah. Thecla is tagged in officially. She hits the head scissors and boot in the ropes, followed by a high cross off the top. She gets the spider. Jumps into the ropes, hits the spider kick to Hiragi, then hits a double bulldog to prominence and gets a 2 count on Risa Sarah. Sarah fights back and hits the swing around area crash for two. A high angle Boston crab by Sarah, and she ends up swinging her up and driving her down with a power bomb. A little bit sloppy, but it's a lot of power you're trying to put, a lot of strength you need to pull that up. Julia stops the suplex. They get and Mafia Bella gets the double team, hit the hammerlock code break, the hammerlock Facebook their bulldog, and then they hit the sandwich forearms and for two. Sarah gets a DVD, tags out. Thecla hit spider dodges Hiragi, hits the spear, but Hiragi just like holds her and just like, what the hell are you doing? Just absorbs it, and then it's pretty gosh darn funny to see that. Julia comes in, hits the splash in the corner. The tornado DDT off the second for two. Hiragi and Julia trade strikes back and forth. Hiragi drops her, but they keep brawling. But Julia gets a roll up into the STF, but it gets broken up. And Julia tries to suplex, but can't because she just can't lift Hiragi. She's caught with a black hole slam. She gets Meteora and cannonballed in the corner. Julia slips off the shoulders into an octopus. Thecla then gets an octopus on Sarah, but they both fight out of the octopuses, slamming Julia and Thecla to the mat. Providence goes to the opposite top ropes, but they get cut off. Julia hits a butterfly suplex to the top. Hiragi hits the Thecla spider suplex Thecla hits a spider suplex to Sarah. Thecla hits a high cross off the top to Prominence on the floor. Julia hits the top rope drop kick for two. Mafia Bella double team, but Hiragi hits dual lariats and the inverted dude buster for two. Hiragi goes up to the top, comes off top, she misses, and Julia rolls up Hiragi, but the time limit expires. Nobody wins. It's a draw. Prominence is out. Crazy Star is in the finals.
What a match this was. What a match this was. Um, wow. Fighting in the crowd was not unexpected with these guys. Especially when Julia and Risa Sarah are involved. We just know there's going to be crowd fighting. Um, Sarah whipping Julia with belt, I saw
Mm-hmm.
her belt, like one of her title belts.
Yeah, she's whipping
Um,
her. I think it was the artist title.
I think so, yeah, I don't think it was the purple one, because it moved pretty fluidly and not stiffly. I suspect the strong title would be a little stiff. It's not been in circulation as long as the artist, belts. But yeah, you could hear the noise off of that, just brutal. Um, yeah, that big swinging dingle dangle that, Sarah did on Julia there was so good because she was just really thrusting her so good. She had such a rock. It was like watching one of those, like, those ships that just go back and forth? It's like a ride.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? Kinda
Yeah,
looks like that.
the big. It's called the big ships.
Sure, yeah, that just goes back and forth and back and forth. That was the kind of extension that Sarah was getting on her. It was a hell of a rock, and it was so good, so impressive. Because the strength you need to hang on to somebody for that, I mean, it's huge, but then to have to really swing that person, you have to have a lot of leg strength, you have to have a lot of core strength, and by God, your hips. Don't even get me started on the thrusting. Um I know you've been critical of Risa Sarah in the past, but I have to say, her getting in the ring with Julia brings out the absolute best in her. Like, every time like, she has really good matches with other people, but it's, like, consistently 10 out of 10 for me with Julia. Like, she just I don't know if there's clearly a rivalry there involving, particularly with Suzu kinda being the triangle, I think, in that, but these 2 just there's so much it feels like there's so much history and emotion here that every time they get in, it's like watching 2 frenemies finally get into the ring with each other, like Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn, like a fight forever kind of situation for me. I really love the competitiveness that Julia brings out of Risa Sera, because Risa Sera is usually very stonewalled, very go to work, get it done. Julia pisses her off, and I love it. We get more emotion out of her. Um, that black hole slam by Hiragi. Holy fracking shit. I mean, we've seen it with Baron Corbin where he pulls them around really fast and just slams them down. But Hiragi, in this one especially, she brought her around, she lifted her up and then slammed her back down. Like she gave that little bit more of an umph to power flex. And holy shit. Like, so brutal. She's so strong. Another very marketable woman who I think would do very, very well over here because especially after Full Gear, I mean, we're savage over here. We're savage. We can use them. Prominence should be here already. Bring over Suzu, bring over Risa Sera, put them in GCW and let them fight. I think that'd be a great way to introduce a lot more of the North American audience to the true deathmatch kind of style from Japan. But yeah, this match was great. I was really surprised and slightly at first slightly disappointed that it ended in a draw, but then when I realized what it meant for the finals, I was like, I'm okay with this. I can deal with this. This
Yeah,
is okay.
because it would have created another match with Crazy Star in Prominence, or it would have created a three-way final. I don't know I don't know what the tiebreaker would have been, honestly.
And we're not gonna ask me because I'm not good at figuring that issue out.
So yeah, so right here, if you can see, Crazy Star wins the block with 9 points. Divine Kingdom wins it with 10. Both winning it with forfeits. On this one, both teams get into the finals on forfeits. It's kind of funny. So
I
here's our finals.
mean,
Yeah,
I
I
love
made it
it.
up. I made it up quickly because I just grabbed the graphic that they had and just added
Hey, it works.
the
It
sprites over
works.
top. Um, so we're getting a battle of a not official faction right here.
Mhm.
Yeah, because all these girls have been teaming with each other over the last few months. So,
Team besties.
well, for now, uh, we'll talk. We'll talk about
Maybe
that at the.
not.
We'll talk about that at the end of the match. Crazy Star double team Micah early. May gets a camel clutch. Micah fights back with dropping her with the shoulder block. Bane in slamming May May. Micah hits a slam to May May. Micah and May trade strikes. May gets a roll up into a cross bot and then hits a running cross body. Suzu in off the top of the drop kick and then she successfully knocks Bane off of the apron. First person I've seen to do it all tournament.
I mean, it had to happen at some point. It may as well happen in the
Yeah.
final of the Goddess tournament.
Yeah, Suzu and Micah trade strikes. Micah drops Suzu with a hard right. Suzu striking Bane, but Bane hits her with a big old slam. Suzu dodges in the corner, hits a corner, and she ends up getting a corner Meteora. Bane catches a roll up attempt and tosses Suzu. Just tosses her. Just meh. Bane suplexes Suzu from the apron into a delayed suplex in the ring, and she gets a 2 count out of it. Suzu gets a knee to the head, but is caught running into a pop-up Samoan for 2. Bane knocks Micah off the apron by accident. Suzu hits kicks to Bane. That hits the deadlift German, which was insanely impressive. Just grab her and just like you see all her strength just to rip her over. It looked really good. May comes in, caught off the top, but she slips out, hits a drop kick, but Bane drop kicks her. Micah corner lariat, and the delayed suplex with a squat for 2. She gets the rear naked choke on May May, but May gets to the ropes. drop told into the ropes, and the running kick into the ropes, and the drop kick by May in like 3 or 4 seconds. She just hit all these like fat, really quick moves, going high speed mode here. She gets a 2 count. May gets the sunset flip for two. Crazy Star double team Micah. May hits a jumping spin kick, and then a springboard blockbuster, but the pin gets broken up. Crazy Star hit the MX German combo. May hits the snap sunset flip, but Bane breaks up the pin. Crazy Star take out Bane, but Divine Kingdom comes back, catch them, catch them running, sandwich into the double sandwich, smacking them back to back into the double power bomb by Divine Kingdom. Micah does the pop up into the Bane power slam to May May, but Micah hits a lariat, but May ends up her rolling Micah up for two. She gets a drop kick. Micah hits a harsh lariat, but May steals another pin for two. Divine Kingdom set up Doomsday device, and Micah hits the Michinoku driver on Mei for the win. It is a fine finish. Post match, though, Suzu kind of gets in their face, and they double choke slam her after the match. Pretty sure it's bringing their little team to an end right there.
I mean, I love Suzu. You know how much I love Suzu Suzuki, but bad decision to get in the faces of the people who just whooped your butts.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but also, I believe it because she was getting in Micah's face, wasn't she? And it was Bane who turned her around and set her up, and Micah was just like, "Okay, we're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it."
Yeah.
um, I think that was like the Mean Girl Club. I think Suzu just got kicked out. And I think she's taking May May with her, which
Oh,
is
probably.
which is fine. It was a little heartbreaking for me, though. I'm not gonna lie. Going into this final, it was hard for me to pick who to cheer for because we got Team Girl Crush in Melball's pick in Divine Kingdom, but then we also had Crazy Star, which was another favorite of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Suzu Suzuki, one of my favorites, and May May has quickly become one of my favorites as well. This match was heartbreaking. Um, but goddamn. Okay, first of all, Megan Bain. Every time that woman comes out now, I am questioning my sexuality. Because gosh dang, woman is just so good and looks so good at what she's doing. That drop kick that she fed May May out of nowhere after May May dropped her with the drop kick was just insane. But it folded May May up, like it lawn chaired her. And she lawn chaired
Mm-hmm.
her a few times in this match. Same with Micah. Micah lawn chaired May May a lot. May May got her butt kicked a lot in this match. But goddamn, was this a fun ride? Because when she did start fighting back, she looked so good. I'm disappointed about the turn on Suzu after because I was hoping for another faction to form in this because I don't feel that Suzu and Mei Mei and Megan have a spot right now. Like Micah's in DDM, but is she in DDM? And for how much longer? We don't know. She's kind of been pushed just to the side a little bit, kind of doing her own thing and kind of been forced to do her own thing while her other team, who are the rest of her team, who are the Artist of Stardom champions, have been doing their own thing. And arguably, my Sakurai also kind of hippity hopping off into something else after making the decision to come into DDM after leaving Cosmic Angels. It's just a whole big conundrum story thing that they have kind of set up at the end of this finals. We don't really have a definitive direction on which way these two are going, on which way Mei Mei and Suzu are going. It's going to be a fun end of the year, but it's also very anxiety riddled. I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So after the match, Ross Yogawa proposes to both Micah and Bane, giving them rings. They get a ring for winning
Yeah, yeah.
winning the tournament.
And they
The
ironically both fit the ring finger.
Well, yeah, on the right finger or whatever. Yeah. Uh,
You had to put it on her pinky last year.
oh, did she? Divine, and so Mike gets
Nane only had it up to the first knuckle on her first finger.
Micah gets the mic. Says Divine Kingdom has won the tag league championships. Well, we just won the tag league, but do the Goddess champions even wrestle anymore? I guess that means we, Divine Kingdom, who won the finals today, should be the Goddess champions. What do you think? They aren't even having matches. Okay, okay, okay. Stardom wrestlers, if you have any objections, bring it on and we'll accept your challenge as the real champions. Divine Kingdom and Bane goes number one. And then says
Ichiban.
you're already dead.
I love it. Love it. This this made my day because we had just watched Full Gear the night before, and that did not. And the party made my day. The show, questionable. This made my weekend. This
Yeah.
show made my weekend. This win made my weekend. My just fun Melball fact. My wallpaper on my laptop right now is Megan Bain and Micah in their entrance gear as Divine Kingdom because goddamn, these girls, they need to be the representation of the tag division in this company for a little bit because these girls, they're the United Empire of this kind of company right now. They're very unquestionably united. They were a little iffy at the beginning there. Um, when they were forming before the Goddess of Stardom tournament started. Now, whew, I like it. I like it. Like I said, AEW, you now have a connection to Micah. That's a person you want a connection to. Bring her over and then give us back Bane because mm, happy Melball. What do you think, man? How do you feel about this? Oh, what's this?
Breaking news. I got to talk about this. I love seeing this team win, but again, I wasn't wrong, but I wasn't right. Fuka W Crazy were out by injury, so I wasn't wrong, but I wasn't right, but I wasn't wrong. We have some breaking
You were
news,
wrong because the team is not the team that won.
but
That
they
makes
weren't.
you wrong.
But technically, they lost because of a technicality. So technicality. We got breaking
Mm,
news though.
man,
Um,
mansplaining.
At today's Nagoya Big Winter event press conference, they have announced that the World
Wait,
and
Vegeta.
Goddess of Stardom Tech Championships have been vacated.
Mhm.
Yeah, titles have been vacated. Rasugawa did this on the thing. Um, yeah, so she because Tiamat withdrew from the Gold Rush tournament due to a knee injury. Um, So the world championship is now set to be contested in a singles match in the main event of Dream Queendom on December 29th. Suzuki has been confirmed as one of the competitors as from winning the 5-star Grand Prix. Her opponent will be determined in a one-night single elimination tournament. Competitors include this is where I'm really happy because this list is kind of awesome. The fact that they went with this list:
I have
Mina
not heard this
Shirakawa,
list yet.
Mina Shirakawa versus Momo Watanabe, and Micah versus Ami Sourei.
Oh,
I'm cool. Like I obviously am wanting Mina out of all four of them, but any of these four going up against Suzuki for the title on December 29th would be absolutely tremendous.
mm-mm. I mean,
Yeah.
I obviously know who you're picking in that situation.
Uh, I again, I want Mina, but
Mhm.
any of them would be an amazing match. So,
I mean, the girl crush in me wants to say Micah, but it would make sense being that Micah just won the Goddess tournament and that Ami has been kind of like floundering a little bit. But that being said, I feel that Micah is a more dominant wrestler than Ami. And then when it comes to Mina and Momo, I mean, I love Mina, but I also love Momo. And I feel like Momo's been getting the short end of the stick for a hot minute, but then so has Mina.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see how those play out.
And then for the tag team titles, again, Natsupoi injury has not been said what it actually is. Rumor is it's her neck. Again, that's rumor. Um, her and Anu relinquished the titles. Uh, the promotion announced that the Goddess of Stardom championships will be contested in a regular tag match. This will take place at the Nagoya Big Winter event on December 2nd. While one challenging team has yet to be confirmed, Goddess Tag winners Megan Bain and Micah were announced to compete for the vacant championships. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and that single elimination tournament will happen on November 28th at Cork and Hell. So we'll be covering that show for gosh darn sure.
Yeah. Lots of big stuff coming up at the end of the year, and that's kind of what Stardom likes to do for us is give us those big shows at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so a lot of big news coming out of the Nagoya winter event press conference, man. Like lots of big
Yeah,
stuff
did you
happening.
get what I sent you earlier also about Aphrodite?
I
Sent you that
didn't.
on X. Aphrodite was at press conference as well.
Oh, I missed that.
Aphrodite, yeah, that would be Saya Kamitani and Utami Hayashishida for those who don't know that name of Aphrodite.
They're
Hopefully,
coming.
we'll
Oh,
see
they're
them
coming.
back soon.
Oh, they're coming back.
Yeah,
Oh, sweet. So they're both healthy. Maybe that's the challenge. Maybe that's the
hopefully.
challenger because they didn't get a chance.
That would be pretty cool. That would be
Yeah.
pretty cool to see Aphrodite back together again, taking on the powerhouse of Micah and Megan Bain. Ooh, it'd be a challenge they're not ready for because Utami and Kamitani have been out on injury for a hot minute, so they haven't really gotten to tangle with either one of those girls for a hot minute. So
Lots
interesting.
Lots of interesting stuff. But it's
Yes,
time for us to get out of here.
yes.
Before we go, I want to thank each and every one of you. Thank you so much for liking the video, subscribing to the channel, commenting below. Please keep commenting. We love talking. We love hearing your opinions. We love responding to your opinions, except for stuff about Full Gear because Mel hates it. I'll respond to your Full Gear stuff, except for that Texas death match because I have zero desire to talk about that ever again. And don't forget, hit the
Didn't
notification.
happen as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and hit that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we drop a new video.
A ding dong.
Hello. You can
Cold
find
mirror in your basement there.
you can find me on the X, Mastodon, Blue Sky, and Hive at that Canada guy, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at that Canada dude. You can find me right here at Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk on a Facebook. You can check me out over there. You can find me over at twitch.tv/our local establishment. Upcoming this December, we'll be having the Marvel Talk Rebound, where we'll be talking the first MCU movie, Iron Man. And we're going to be going through it probably on a monthly basis with our Marvel Talk Rebound to bring you all of the MCU. We will be also back probably in early January to talk the entirety of What If, then in late January to talk the entirety of Echo. So please stay tuned over at twitch.tv/our local establishment for that. Replays of it all and all the other Marvel Talks can be found over at youtube.com/at our local establishment. Please go and support our boy Mike the Ref, who simulcasts all of our awesome content over that backbreaker video. We really do appreciate all the support and love that he gives us. You can find all his live content at twitch.tv/Mike the Ref, where he has his weekly Wednesday AEW watch along, playing games multiple other days of the week where you can find and hang out and chat with him. He loves having people in the chat. If you want to see replays of his gaming content, go over to youtube.com/at backbreaker_gaming. for all the great content he puts out there. There's stuff from him, Mr. PJC, Mr. Rick Jules, and their freaking guest, Miss Kayla J.
Kayla J.
Kayla
I love
J.
Kayla J.
We all do. Melball, where can they find
Mhm.
you?
If you're wanting to follow a Melball, you can follow her on the X thing at Collins Melball. You can follow her on everything else: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, and Blue Sky at Melball Collins. You can also find me on our local establishment's programming, Paramindful. We have that episode coming out very soon here where we're going to be making a connection between some spooky ooky not nice people and the spooky ooky ish that they seem to think makes them cool. So stay tuned and stay tuned to our socials to see when that's coming out. I was just watching Andre losing his shit over there. You can
Spooky,
also catch me
spooky.
on Astro Pizarro's YouTube channel, where we do our show, Ladies Wrestling Showcase, where we showcase all things women's professional wrestling. If you're wanting to watch, I just realized we're doing Stardom and we have an NJPW background.
Oh, shit. I put the wrong background up the
Super
entire
fun
show.
to watch Stardom Wrestling.
I'm bad at
The
my
link will be
job.
in the link will be down in the description box below. It is stardom-world.com. It is 999 yen, or approximately $10. Hey, $10 Canadian. Shout out John Spears, but it's actually more like 950 according to that guy over there. It's still an amazing price to watch some amazing women's wrestling. You can watch the Goddess of Stardom tournament that we talked about today. Well, you can watch the Goddess of Stardom tournament last year. You can go way back in there and say some familiar faces from WWE, like Blair Davenport, Piper Niven, Shayna Baszler. You can see some AEW familiar faces like Tony Storm or Jamie Hayter if she ever comes back. All that and more. Stardom-world.com. Andre, my trusted friend and colleague, do you have anything else to say to the beautiful people?
I just want to say thank you, and we appreciate all the support.
And that being said, I am your host. Over there is Andre. We will see you next time.